Okay.
Yes,
Hey,
real
now
life.
we're back. Sorry, guys. You know, it's hard out here. No, so for real, where was that? So I was trying to tell people that it doesn't matter the age. To make it short, it doesn't matter. Start when you want to start. If you love wrestling, wrestle. If you're 80, if you're 8, it doesn't matter. If you have little kids, make them start. The earlier, the better, because they get this the feeling, the sensitivity, right? They get to understand things sooner, so they'll be better faster. But again, it's up to you. I know a couple of guys that went to the Chinese style wrestling world championships at 52 years
Mhm.
old.
Wow.
So, and they're beasts. I mean, like,
Amazing.
it's like, so it doesn't really matter. It just depends on you. Another thing that goes into is take care of your health.
Yes.
There are people that are walking around that are 25 that are in worse shape than 50-year-olds. So
Mhm.
take care of
your body,
yourself.
everybody. And basically, I think it doesn't matter how old you are, how young or how old a wrestler you can do it.
Yeah,
Any age.
yeah. What's really cool, what's interesting is I've been to competitions here in the grasslands where we've seen guys that were 60 something, 70 years old
Old wrestling.
out there, to work. So think about
Mhm.
that. That's
Wow.
it.
Thank you very much for your advices. So I think we can move to the next question. Please tell us more about wrestling mindset during the competition.
You want to start?
Yeah. So let me tell you like this. Your wrestling, the mindset that you have or will develop, it changes throughout time, right? When you're
Mm-hmm.
younger, you have this. Normally, when you're younger, you have this feistiness to you, where you don't care, you just want to go, you want to go to war. Like everything is about winning. And then eventually, for me personally, and then eventually it gets into this thing where you have to change your perspective and really say, okay, who am I, and
What are my goals?
what are my goals, right? And that's a whole nother topic we can get into. And then it kind of shifts into, like, now there's a saying in Inner Mongolia that they always say, and they tell me, and it goes a little bit like, uh, never underestimate the small man and don't fear the big man, right? So because in Mongolian wrestling in general, you don't have weight divisions. You can go against any kind of weight. So you have to have this mentality where you respect everyone, but you're not afraid of anyone.
Yes.
Okay? And when you go in there, when you calm your mind, the main thing I would say is keep your mind calm. Sometimes people have an eagerness to them. You can see the young wrestlers. They got this eagerness. They want to win. They want to get it, and then they end up getting beat by someone a lot more experienced because they didn't chill down. Chill out, calm down, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and I would say start developing and understanding what is your reasoning, what is your goal. Do you just want to win the medal, a trophy? Do you just want to brag and say what you have, or is it for the experience of what you can become? Like, you know, for me personally, and I'm kind of going into it, but it's something that I want to share. When I was younger, I just wanted to win. Everything had to be about winning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're about winning, you got it, right? But as I got older, I started to say, well, what does the medals really mean? The medal just means that, or the trophy or whatever it may be, it just means that you beat the people that were there. But what about the people that are not there? What about the real people that can really destroy you? The people that are way better than you and you know it. And you really know it in your heart, but you don't want to say it out loud. Those are the people you got to train for. And eventually it becomes a thing not of winning medals, but of, did you express yourself? Some of you wrestlers, if some people are listening and they wrestle or they like wrestling, have you ever competed in something and at the end you might have won, but said to yourself, man, did I really do the best I could? Yeah, I won, but did I really express what I wanted to express during the competition? There's been many times I've competed where at the end I still wasn't happy, even if I won, because I said, I didn't really show what I could have shown. And I think as you get more developed, you have to say, you know, each time I go out, am I expressing myself to the fullest capacity? Am I truly showing who I am as a wrestler and as a human being? So if we have this mentality, we'll do a lot more beautiful things on the mat during the wrestling.
Yeah. And, I mean, I agree with Lavell and a lot of that. And for myself personally, I could say that actually coming to Inner Mongolia and wrestling with the Inner Mongolian people really changed my personal mindset. In America, we're often, very focused on, we're very competitive. We're very focused on win, or you always have to have an ego, like you have to kind of prove something. And also being a woman, and I'm not a large woman, I'm much smaller, right? So I always felt like, oh, I have to prove something, like I'm tough too. But coming to Inner Mongolia, I kind of realized that, like, if you focus so much on your ego and you focus so much on just winning and beating everyone, you kind of lose the joy of it in some ways. It becomes too serious and too, like, just stressful. So when I came to Inner Mongolia, I saw how the Mongolian wrestlers here, like, if they wrestle with each other and they get thrown, they laugh. They literally laugh if they get thrown. Like, they're on the ground dying laughing because they're like, hey, you got me. So it kind of made me think about my own mindset, where I was like, why do I wrestle? I wrestle because I love it, because I am a wrestler. It's part of, like, who I am and my identity, my lifestyle. I literally moved across the world to follow this dream. And when you love something so much, you have to never lose the joy of it and never lose sight of who you are and why you do it. And I think moving here helped me really rediscover that and realize that, like, your mindset has to be one where, yes, you want to win. Yes, you want to be a respected competitor, but also really express yourself, like Lavell said, and to kind of find the joy in doing what you love. So for me, my mindset has changed a lot since moving here, where I think about wrestling in a much more joyful way, where it's not that serious. And like he said, if I feel like I expressed myself and, able to really, truly grow from the tournament or whatever, I feel good. Yeah. So it's about the joy of it and never losing sight of that, I think.
And I know sometimes we get a little bit philosophical.
We are a little philosophical.
Even with it's a simple question, but the reality is, I mean, that's kind of who we are. But the reality is, there's so much more to a simple question. The question is only as simple as you want it to be. But the reality is, there's so many details and little things that go into the world. The answer is not just one kind of thing, right? And for us, it's more about making the young people and the new people and the old people, whoever it may be, make them think differently and really look at why they're doing what they're doing. You understand?
Not just with wrestling, but just with your life. Like, what is your purpose? I don't know. Now we're getting really philosophical.
Yeah. We can go on forever. So.
Wow, it's great. Thank you very much, Ariela and Lavell. So we have one more question. What about food supplements, vitamins? What kind of vitamins do you suggest for people who regularly work out, not professionals?
Okay.
We don't take a lot of supplements.
To be honest, we don't really take supplements.
We just believe in eating a very healthy, well-balanced diet.
Yes. If you eat a healthy or a well-balanced diet,
don't forget vegetables.
Don't forget your vegetables, which is not easy with Mongolian people. They don't eat vegetables. But if you eat a balanced diet, you don't really need to take so much supplements. I mean, me personally, I only take a little bit of a pre-workout, like stuff when I'm gonna lift some weights and I need a little bit of energy, because I don't drink like so much coffee like she does. But she does. This girl can drink. If you gave her Starbucks, she would take the whole Starbucks.
I have it right here.
But so BCAs, I don't know if you guys know what BCAs are, right? They're, I would say, help you recover, and I would say those are something that's good, but the rest of the stuff is just kind of extra. They just want to take your money. I'll be honest with you. Just stuff to take your money. You don't need it. A little bit of protein if you want to get a little bit more muscle.
I don't take any supplements at all. I just drink a little coffee before I work out to get some energy.
Yes.
But I take a little protein sometimes after I work out. Like if I did a really leg session where I did a lot of squats but that's just like for muscle growth, right? So sometimes I take a little protein, but otherwise nothing.
But all our people in Kyrgyzstan, like, you guys have good food too. You guys got meat. You guys, I mean,
you probably don't need protein.
A lot of dairy. You got meat and dairy. Yeah. You don't really need a lot of that. I promise you guys, if you just eat right and train It does,
and don't forget your vegetables.
Okay, that too. You don't need all of and you don't need to be a professional. Just train properly. I always tell people, like my dad used to tell me when I was younger, smarter, not harder. And when you're young, you don't care, you want to go. But now I'm really learning that smarter, not harder. You can train smarter, and I promise you the results you want without all the extra fluff, right?
Yes, that's good. Thank you very much for advices. We have one more several questions. I mean,
Yeah.
we see you provide seminars and workshops teaching sports. Can you tell us about this little bit? Who's your audience and workshop participants? Are they young wrestlers or professional athletes?
Good question.
So for like who's in our seminars?
Who do you teach seminars to?
So
we're beginning this. Like we're
well, when I did this the seminars, it's every age you can imagine. Like, I mean, there are some places where it's more young people, and then I've taught seminars where it's much older. When I say older, I mean
quite a range.
Quite a range. It really just depends on, and some of them are professional level, some of them are MMA fighters, jiu-jitsu, sambo, like many different styles. Some people are just hobbyists, people that like to work out, or people that find it interesting.
Yeah.
They might be 50 or 60-year-old moms that are grandmas. I remember this a couple times in North Carolina. So like, it doesn't. I've always had so many kinds of people, because again, when we teach, it's not just die-hard wrestlers. It's people we also connect with, right? Because I think a big thing about teaching is you have to connect and have chemistry. Okay, because some of you might know, you can see a really amazing wrestler, but they might not be a good teacher.
Yeah.
Right. And they maybe cannot connect with a lot of people. So that doesn't mean anything when it comes to teaching. So my kind of goal is being a good wrestler, but also
a good teacher.
Connecting to. I should be able to teach a 50-year-old the same thing I'm teaching a 25-year-old. You understand? I just have to. It's my job to tweak it and make the different people from different cultures and backgrounds and whatever it may be understand. That's my job. So I teach anybody and everyone. And matter of fact, after the coronavirus is kind of disappearing a little bit for us, we
have a lot of plans.
We have a lot of plans to teach seminars in many countries. First, we're going to go to America. We're working stuff out with
Boston, New York, Chicago.
Yeah, California. We're going to work stuff out with Europe.
This is for Chinese wrestling and Inner Mongolian wrestling.
Yeah. So we plan on doing some things. So you can, and honestly, if the people are watching, they can
add seminars.
If they can add me on Facebook. You can add me on Facebook. And actually, this Saturday. This Saturday, I'll be teaching.
We're teaching a Zoom class.
Online seminar. Like, I'm just going to teach some Chinese Mongolian wrestling online. And if you guys want to take a look and just kind of see what it's about, be my guest.
So that's going to be on Zoom Saturday.
Well, so can we check the schedule? I mean, on your profiles?
Yeah, I'm going to post. I think I posted it already, but I'll post it again for you guys. And if you add me on either one, you'll see it. It's somewhere. It's right there. I just posted it.
Great. So thank you very much. So the next question. We know, Lavell, you have twin brother. Is he a wrestler too?
How do you know your brother? You guys have been doing some research.
My brother is not a wrestler. My brother doesn't do anything like that. He just stays in shape and he sings and he does
modeling.
His art expression is different than mine. I'm more physical. I like to fight, and my brother doesn't like to get hit at all or get thrown. I think I threw him one time and he said never again. I can never throw him again.
Never again. Wow. So our audience is very active. They know everything. So
come on, tell me something.
So can you tell about your families, please?
Can you say it again?
Say it one more time.
Can you tell more about your families, please?
Families, okay.
You want to go?
You go first.
So I am actually Mexican American. My mother is from America and my father is from Mexico. So so I'm multicultural, multiracial. I'm one of 6 children, so I'm the youngest in my family. I have 5 older brothers and sisters, and I grew up in California. I I'm closest to my sisters, who are closer in age to me,
Mhm.
and none of them are wrestlers. Well, my older sister was in high school. She actually is the one who started, made me join the wrestling team with her, and now it's turned into my career. But I am kind of the crazy youngest sister who moved to China and follows her dream of wrestling. So I'm a lot different from the rest of my family, I would say. And I love my mom a lot. My mom is an amazing human. She's very inspirational. She's like the sweetest ever.
She's sweet.
So
She's sweet. I wouldn't lie about it.
she's so sweet. She's so cute.
Yeah.
My mom is really cute.
And I guess for my family, so I'm one. Obviously, you know, I have a twin.
Identical.
Somebody found out. No, I have a twin brother. I have an older brother, much older than me, and then I have an older sister. My dad is American. He's black, dark skin, and then my mom is German. So she's German. She's mixed, German and like some kind of Russian. But we just say she's German to be kind of short. But yeah. So again, I grew up in an amazing family. We lived in Germany, obviously, and then in America. And my parents live in Kuwait now. They live in the Middle East right now. They live in Kuwait, and
His dad works there.
my dad works there. So my family's kind of everywhere. My siblings are in America, everywhere, and we're all kind of this nomadic mentality of just like going everywhere, going different places, constantly moving, and constantly trying to learn things about other cultures that's going to better us. So my family's very kind of unique in a way.
And I would say Lavell's parents are kind of like some of our favorite people in the world. His mom and dad are amazing.
Yeah.
We love them. They support us a lot. They support our dreams, and they're just amazing.
It's not easy coming from America and having parents that support you being a, you know, most parents are like, you need to become a doctor. You need to be a whatever it may be, a teacher, whatever, you know, and a lawyer. And I didn't want any of that. And my parents, you know, they're the ones that put me in martial arts since I was, 3 years old. So it's really awesome, but rare to have that. I wish more people of the older generation can be like that towards their kids, because there's a lot of you that want to become wrestlers and want to be something else, maybe a singer, maybe an artist, and maybe the older traditional mindset, they don't view that as a reality. So
especially in the West,
especially in America,
I think both of us are quite lucky that our families accept what we do and are very proud of us. Actually, I think a lot of families would be like, when are you getting a real job? And we're like, so fortunately for us, our parents, our families are very supportive, I would say.
But Ariela is very smart. She went to Tufts University, one of the best liberal arts schools in America. And
I just decided not to become a lawyer.
Yeah,
become a wrestler instead.
But she's a lot smarter than me. I just have to.
That's not true.
You know,
I'm really inspired by your amazed. You are incredible and passionate wrestling couple. So yes, thank you very much for this session, and it was really cool to have you. And still, I'm thinking about what you say. What did you say already? So I mean, yes, it's like food for thought, and really like your, I mean, wonderful things that you said about like about mindset. Yes, it was really cool. Thank you very much.
I wanted to share something real fast. Can I share with you guys the jackets of the wrestling here? Because I don't know if all of you know what it looks like.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Because we were going to share some stuff, but I'm just going to show it to you right now because it's right here.
You want the Chinese wrestling jacket too?
Yeah, both. Here, open that up. Show them that.
So many jackets. So many wrestling jackets. This is a Chinese style wrestling jacket. So
I will make it solo layout. So like this. So yes.
Yes,
Okay.
this is a Chinese wrestling jacket. As you can see, it's short sleeve. Kind of a little similar to Kazakh Karess, but the Kazakh Karess is longer sleeve and looser. This fits a lot tighter.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what it looks like.
So
Chinese wrestling.
it's a little dirty because we were playing outside, but as you can see, so again, it kind of looks like the Kazakh style of wrestling, but it's much tighter, which makes the throwing very different.
Yes.
It's gonna make the pulling very different. Okay. Because I have the Kazakh wrestling jacket as well. When the sleeves are so much looser, right? You have to pull much harder. For this, it's much tighter grips, right? Here's a Mongolian, the
Inner Mongolia.
it's Mongolian wrestling, but the Inner Mongolian style. It's thick leather. It's very heavy. It's about, what is this, about 4 or 5 kilos. And it looks. Let me make this go up. As you can see, you obviously tie it. It looks like this.
Inner Mongolia.
And it's very tough to grab.
Very kind of difficult.
It's really gonna develop your forearms and your fingers. You know, with this you can get injured. So it's a beautiful jacket. If you guys ever come out to Inner Mongolia, I will
let us know.
I will bring you to the grassland.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's what they look like.
Thank you very much, Ariel.
Yeah.
Well, it was really cool to see how it looks actually, and it looks very heavy. You said 4 or 5 kilograms.
Well, mine is pretty big. So the metal stud. These are metal studs, by the way. This is metal right here, right? So each jacket is a little different. Some of them have 128. This one has 256, and then the most studs, yeah. And then some of them have 512, which makes them much heavier. But yeah. So it's I think it's about 4. Mine's about 4 or 4.5 kilos.
Mine is obviously much smaller, so it's probably only maybe 3.
But if you can wrestle in this, this is what I tell people: if you can wrestle in this, you can wrestle in any jacket. The other jackets are like luxury. It's like giving someone, you know what I'm saying, just like a nice car, hotel. It becomes luxury to them. So I recommend, if any of you are watching, I recommend get one of these, train in it for a couple months, and the rest, your judo or your sambo will improve like crazy.
Wow, thank you very much, Ariela and Lavell. So I want to read some comments. So really useful advices about ego, being friendly. Thank you very much. Oh wow, awesome! Thanks for demonstrating your sports wares. So it was really cool. Thank you very much. And also on behalf of our viewers, I want to thank you for your time and for your wonderful experience you shared with us, advices and beautiful things that you said. So it was really, I mean, amazing session. Thank you very much.
Please feel free to follow us on social media, and if anybody has any other questions, feel free to send us a message. We are both very active on Instagram and we do Facebook, and we do spend a lot of time to, interact with the people that follow us. So if you have any other questions that you didn't get to ask, please feel free to message us on Instagram or Facebook. We'd love to answer your questions.
Great. So I already shared with your Instagram accounts in the comments, so please feel free to check. So thank you very much, everyone, for your questions, for your comments also. So I think it's time to say goodbye. Have a great day, everyone. It was wonderful.
Have a great rest of the day. Bye.
Bye.